Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're digging into some criminal law sources to see how the system handles offenders who, well, find ways to game the system.
Yeah, specifically using certain methods to get an edge.
Exactly. We're zeroing in on two aggravating circumstances under paragraph 20, things that really ramp up the seriousness of a crime.
Right. First, involving minors in the crime.
And second, using motor vehicles or, similar means to pull it off.
And the common thread here is what we call enhanced criminal capability. Did these specific means make the crime easier, more effective, or the escape cleaner?
If so, the law responds more severely.
Precisely. It's about addressing that extra harm or advantage gained.
Okay, let's tackle the first one, exploiting minors. The law specifies involving persons under 15 years old. Why 15?
Well, the idea is that below 15, there's a clearer presumption of vulnerability and lack of full legal understanding.
So it's about protecting the child.
It's partly that, but it's really aimed at punishing the adult who exploits that vulnerability. Think professional criminals using kids almost like tools or shields because they know the child faces lesser consequences.
Right, exploiting their legal irresponsibility and maybe their lack of full understanding of what's happening.
Exactly. It serves a repressive function against that specific type of manipulation.
We found a pretty clear example in the sources. Adult A plans a burglary, but instead of climbing through the window themselves, they tell a 14-year-old, child B, to do it. Climb in, grab the stuff, toss it out.
Yeah, that's the textbook case. The adult uses the child as an instrument.
Minimizing their own risk.
And putting the child in direct physical and legal jeopardy. That's the core exploitation the law wants to hit hard. It's not just the theft itself, it's that abuse of the child's position.
Got it. So that covers exploiting innocence. Now let's shift to exploiting technology, specifically modern transportation. Cars, planes, things that give criminals speed and reach.
Right. The law here tries to counteract what the sources call the great facilities these things provide. Speed, efficiency, getting away clean.
It fundamentally changes how a crime can be committed.
It really does. But the courts needed a clear line. When is using a car just, getting from A to B versus actively making the crime worse?
So it's not automatic. If I drive to a place, commit a crime, and drive off with the loot, that's not always aggravated.
Not necessarily. This is where a key decision comes in, the People v. Espejo. It set up a sort of three-part test.
Okay.
The vehicle's use has to be purposeful in enhancing the crime. Was it used specifically for, 1, getting to the crime scene, showing premeditation, 2, for carrying away the goods, or maybe even a victim or evidence,
Right.
or 3, was it essential for the escape, for avoiding getting caught?
So it has to be integral, not just incidental.
Exactly. Like in another case, People v. Barden, they used a Jeep not just to arrive and leave.
No, they used it to actually chase down the victim.
Yeah. Right. And as a kind of mobile platform for the attack itself before speeding off, the Jeep played an active, important role.
Okay, that makes the distinction clearer. Purposeful facilitation.
But then you have the flip side, the People v. Munoz standard, which clarifies what isn't enough, what's merely incidental.
This seems crucial, especially for things like fraud or theft.
Definitely. This is often called the estafa limitation. Estafa is basically crime involving deceit or breach of trust.
Like embezzlement or certain types of fraud.
Yeah. Or even simple theft sometimes. If the core crime is deception, the fact you drove there or drove away with the stolen money usually doesn't make the crime itself aggravated by the vehicle.
So driving to the bank to cash a bad check.
The car didn't help you commit the fraud itself, it was just transport. The vehicle has to facilitate an essential element of the criminal act.
Okay, that really nails down the boundary. Now, the law mentions motor vehicles, airships, but also other similar means. How does that apply today? We don't see many airships used in crime.
Probably not. But courts adapt that phrase. Think motorcycles, speedboats, maybe even drones eventually.
Right. Any modern examples?
Sure. People v. Salahuddin from 2016. A motorcycle was used. The court called it a mobile shooting platform.
Wow.
It was used to ride up, deliver fatal shots, and then allow for a very rapid escape. That fits the bill perfectly, enhancing the criminal capability.
So it always comes back to that core idea. Did the means, whether it's a minor or a vehicle, genuinely enhance the criminal's ability to commit the crime or escape?
That's the crux of it. Courts need to see independent proof of that enhancement before applying the tougher penalty. It ensures it's reserved for truly aggravated conduct.
So, to wrap up for you listening, we've looked at two ways crimes can become more serious: exploiting minors under 15 and using vehicles or similar means purposefully to aid the crime or escape. It's all about that demonstrated enhancement of criminal power.
And maybe a final thought to leave you with, thinking about other similar means. As technology keeps evolving, faster watercraft, sophisticated drones, how will courts draw the line when the crime is committed remotely? When the person isn't even in the vehicle or near the device being used, that's a tricky question for the future.